All right, collective. Today's song for today's reading is A House in Nebraska. Okay? So you could be from Nebraska. Your person could be from Nebraska. Let's see what I wrote down. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Okay? The song is about basically missing somebody, feeling so alone, kind of feeling like you're in a depression because you're not with the person that you want to be with, okay? The song is by Ethel Kane. A House in Nebraska is the song, okay? Some of you guys could be part of the LGBTQ community. The song was released in 2022. That could also be relevant. Aries placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, okay? The name Bruno and the name Cassie. Your name could be Bruno, their name can be Bruno or Cassie, etc. Okay? I know there's also like a quote I want to add from Dr. Seuss. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Okay? So this is clearly a separation that feels permanent. Okay? But this person is still thinking about you, still thinking about the future that you're planning to have. And they just feel so alone without you. Okay, so we're going to just see with the cards what's relevant for who who resonates with this reading. Okay. Something about August and fall. The fall of August. Maybe somebody... that was the ending for some of you guys. And maybe that was the time where somebody's like, damn, I really feel alone without my soulmate. Okay. We got the Three of Pentacles. This person, they want to build something with you, but it's hard to build something because they know there's pain. They know there's heartbreak. They really know that it's tough on both of you guys. You could go through something, they could go through something. You try to make it work, but it seems to be like kind of like a battle, uphill battle. Okay. It was always like a battle trying to fix things with you, but they want to make it work, even if it's tough. We got this card right now. There has been a lot of like not talking to each other, avoiding each other, hurting each other. But the thing is this, even if that's the result, because I feel like both of you guys have hurt each other. Okay. And the last time was the last straw, was the last breaking point. But they still want to be in this even if they are hurt. Even if you hurt them. Even if they hurt you. Even if you guys don't like each other. Okay? I really should... hold up. Just give me a sec. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you kind of like... you're done with this person. They were done with you the last time you guys dealt with each other. But it's like, I don't feel like it's over. I don't feel like it's over. Oh, there we go. The song just came out. I'm gonna roll with natural lighting right now. But yeah, this person wanna have fun with you again. Start over again. Bring more light, love, laughter. Okay. But don't expect them to pull any miracles. They're just here to kind of reignite something that will bring you guys stability. So you guys can have focus on something where you both have a hand in whatever that is. Whether it's a project, whether it's an idea, whether it's the purpose of healing. I kind of feel like they need to do this and they want to do it with you. I didn't know that you guys are individual. And maybe that was kind of like the thing that was dismayed. The individuality of you, the individuality of them wasn't like incorporated when you guys were planning life together, right? It kind of felt very like I had to morph into you, you have to morph into me, and I neglected myself for the sake of this love, for the sake of you, for the sake of pain. They get that. I do feel like you're dealing with an individual that is very emotionally intelligent. Okay, collective? Some of you guys might feel like they are some bullshit. What they do, what they can do, and the only thing they have in their heart is manipulation and manipulation, basically. They're very charming. They're very good with their words. But, like, this is the thing. I just sense this person want to change. They want to change with you. For some of you guys, it's also, you guys are dealing with another manipulator. For others, it's not going to be on some manipulative shit. Okay? By this time, because there will be a reunion. There will be a reaching out, a contact. Okay? Ready to reach out to them or vice versa. The thing is, because you have already dealt with them before, you're going to know if they're on some bullshit or not. You're going to know if they're going to, if their plan has an agenda. Okay? But for some of you guys, they're here to come correct. They really feel like dealing with you once again. You are the better choice. Okay. And somebody fucked up. They fucked up a lot of times. I also feel like it go both ways. But you're the better choice. Okay. 5 of Cups. Losing you was, I'm kind of into somebody's into gambling, okay, as well. But what I want to say is betting against you, betting against this relationship, this love, bad deal. A bad deal, okay? So we're going to check the individuals. So the first one is LGBTQ. Very quickly, if you're part of LGBTQ, your cards, okay? We got ascending. So, for a lot of you guys, it's going to get better. It's going to get worse before it gets better, okay? Now, my advice is to not open up the door for friendship. Because somebody is banking on that. If we just start off as friends, everything kind of morph into how we used to be, right? But I do sense for the people that are part of the LGBTQ, that it's going to get worse before it gets better. And if somebody's expecting a friendship, whether you or them, they're not going to bulge in. They're not going to bulge in. They're not going to, how do I say this? Be so agreeable like the last times. Whether you ask them or they're gonna ask you, okay? So there's that. You and this person, you have a very codependent relationship, okay? And that's one of the things that need to be healed. Let me see here. Yeah, addiction could play a part. Them being addicted to you, have other addictions, being obsessive, controlling, like to use the block button for the littlest things, right? Or just simply codependent. So my advice for my LGBTQ peoples is that it's going to get worse before it gets better. And don't expect them to jump into a relationship of any sort, specifically a friendship period, just because, okay? So when you pass through the storms, things will change. It's not going to be like you, hello, let's hang out, have a drink, have a coffee, It's going to be chaos before it becomes sunshine, okay? That is your version of this message, okay? And it's due to how it used to be. It's due to codependency. It's not really healed, but I also feel like you are not really resisting them as well. So this could go both ways, okay? Whether you take action towards them or vice versa, okay? Now, 2022, right? Whomever resonates with, we got the Three of Pentacles. Somebody here, they want success, but they could also be, I'm tuning into a cloud chaser. So dealing with you will bring them more opportunities, okay? Or vice versa. And things are not going well. Something about being partnered with you will help them with their opportunities. It's giving cloud chaser, okay? But you're this, or your person is this. And this is why they want to come back in and, like, you know, let's see if we can build something. That's if things ended in 2022, maybe in August, fall. Make it make sense. We're in 2025 now, okay? I'm getting the energy of like want you to be by their side, okay? So, Bruno, if you have this name, this person, their goal, their intention, the agenda is for you guys to be soulmates. Yes, you can build something. Yes, you can have a goal. Yes, you know, you're going to get out of your depression. They're going to get out of their depression. But the agenda, the intention is for you guys to be soulmates again. Lovers, friends, just lovers. What is giving, you're my soul tie, you're my person, and I'm a stick beside you. So I feel like, Bruno, if you're watching, they're not coming in for the sake of like opportunities or, you know, them feeling alone. Yes, them being depressed over you and what took place, obviously, but it's like they want another chance. So this is your message, Bruno. This person here is willing to put in the Ace of Pentacles, okay? Half of it though, so like whatever they need in terms of some stability wise, they were I'm gonna say this person, if you need them to go 50-50, they're here for it. 80-20, they're here for it. Okay. Just maybe they were not used to that before or didn't acknowledge that before, but they're like, oh, they're about to put in effort. Okay, so that's for Bruno. I will say that they're going to be a little bit resentment. Okay. But this is the thing. Out of all the others, for as of now, you have a little bit better chance, Bruno. Okay? So, Cassie, and if you're watching for Bruno, very quickly, if you're watching for him, this is if Bruno's watching. If you're watching for Bruno, we got the Ten of Swords. Okay. That means that he's going through a huge transition. He's getting out of the funk of depression, getting out of the funk of feeling like life is just shitty. He's trying to manifest his life for the better. Okay. This is the thing. He also doesn't feel like he can come in and deal with you or even face you because he has put himself in such a state of mind where it's like you might not even recognize him because the Ten of Wands. So he feels very stressed out, burdened. He's trying to heal, reflect, and you know, he can't really come in with you because he really do feel disassociated from everything since the breakup, since the ending. It's almost like he's going through a spiritual awakening, a dark night of his soul, like a whole new him. Okay. I'm gonna say this: if he is the type of person that has depression or feels low, in terms of this, I think this is the lowest he has ever felt, or at least stayed in for a long period of time. Okay, I feel like he can't really face you because of that. Where he's at, but he wants to, but he can't because he's trying to get himself out of that. Okay. So now we're doing cards. If you're watching for Cassie, so Cassie has a lot to say. Or had a lot of their Yeah, a lot of, their emotions are very active, but it's kind of hard to have confidence for something because fear of rejection. I feel like this person wants to have a deeper conversation about the next chapter, but they have fear, they have anxiety, they didn't feel confident enough, even though they want something bigger out of this connection, is the fear of it's failing. Okay. Some of you guys could have been married, so divorce, separation could be relevant here. I feel like they want, I'm also getting the energy of like, if we get back together, it's not because we're going to get married again, but just want to see if we can actually sustain our relationship. Okay, because they really want to have this. They still want to be in a loving relationship, but for it to go to marriage, because of what happened before, again, it's going to take time or not at all. It might be like, yeah, we love each other, but we may not be fit for husband and wife, or wife or wife, or husband and husband. Okay. So anyways, I feel like this person sees you as a soulmate, but the expectations of marriage needs to be less talked about and more focused on the love aspect. If you want to make it work with Cassie, or if you're watching for Cassie. So this is for Cassie if you're watching. This person wants to bring you peace and stability. They also too have low self-esteem and don't feel the best in terms of like their confidence. However, you're the one that always brings the strength when it comes to them feeling their best, right? And now they don't have you, so you kind of have to go in and be your anchor without your support. I feel like this person was used to your reassurance. I feel like you're better at comforting this person, and this person might be a type of individual that don't really express themselves emotionally, but they know they need to do this for this relationship to work. This person always has a hard time figuring things out in terms of being decisive, always in their head. But I know for one thing certain is that when it comes to you, Cassie, they don't play. When it comes to you, they want to manifest. Okay, when it comes to you, it's all or nothing. Yeah. Okay. There we go. I do feel like this person feels a huge responsibility for you. Maybe they won't say it verbally, but they do feel like a sense of huge responsibility. They also have this realization of leaving you behind, making you feel neglected, abandoned, rejected is not something they wanted you to be in or put you through or see you in. Okay, so that's for Cassie. Now let's see what else in this little, let's see here. It's just let me just Google up the characteristics for Cassie or Aries placements, but I don't know, maybe there's like a meaning. Cassie meaning. So, Cassie, according to Google, it primarily means shining upon a man or a prophetess. Okay, it originates from the Greek name Cassandra. You can also be a short name for other names like Cassidy, which means clever, or curly haired, or even Catherine. So some of you guys, Catherine could be relevant. Cassidy, you could be very smart, very intelligent, or you bring out in a very intelligent side from your person. Intellectual simulation could be your thing, Sapiosexuals could be relevant here. Somebody, you could have curly hair, they could have curly hair. If you're feminine hair, you're somebody that gives your masculine strength. Or the person you're with, whoever is in the most feminine energy, you're like I'm a type to support my person. Okay? And some of you guys could be prophetess, psychics, intuitives, okay? Okay. There we go. But yeah, let's look up the Aries traits. So Aries is symbolic for passion, impulsivity, energetic, impatience, independent, aggressiveness, competition, headstrong, honest, adventurous, courageous, attention seeking, bold. Driven, pioneering, independent, direct, and honest. They could also be hasty, short tempered, stubborn, inflexible, self centered, arrogant, restless, or easily bored. Okay, so whoever has these placements, you or them, that could also make sense. And that's it. Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. Okay? There we go. That's your message. There's no, I don't know why, but there's no there is, but I just don't feel like getting the, I would just say this, when they're gonna come in and to fix things, it's gonna be by divine timing, okay? So whenever it makes sense. For some of you guys, it could already be put into place. But yeah, other than that, that's the message. Let's do some cards from this one here. We're not here to be silenced. We're not here. We're one. Be in the frequency of love, and love will reside in you. Okay? Also, for a lot of you guys, you need to speak up your mind, or there's going to be a lot of conversations where you guys are going to speak up your mind. Okay? January 24th. Yeah, January 24th is relevant for somebody. Okay? I feel like a lot of you guys are going to feel free with your person. And for some, it's going to be the freedom and added miracles. Okay? I do feel like for some of you guys, you're a bit like cynical about this reunion, about them, about the entire thing. But this is why it feels like a miracle when things are going to work out in your guys' favor. Because it feels like impossible. Because like what I said in the beginning with the Dr. C's quote, the relationship between you and the soulmate is like as a solid infinite end. Okay? Don't cry because it's over. Be happy because it happened. Okay? But, the universe has a funny thing to twist things when our heart's in a certain state. And right now, at least for those that resonate with this reading, your person doesn't feel the best. Neither do you. Okay. And mentally, it has affected you both and to push you into some sort of depression. And I feel like this is why I have this song and this message for you guys, for those that feel like things are really, really tough. Okay? Okay. So there we go. Thank you for stopping by, and until next time.